What's going on, guys? I'm back here with another video. Today I just wanted to do a quick video on how I would personally get started and how, basically how I started my journey on this carnivore diet approach, uh, and basically how long I plan on doing it for. So basically what I did to get started was I kind of went, I'm the type of person that's best going cold turkey. Some people aren't. If I was advising this for somebody, I would definitely wean yourself into it, especially if you're not familiar with a low carb diet, because you can get the things like the keto flu and things like that if you go too extreme too fast, and if you don't get enough electrolytes, sodium, potassium, things like that into your diet. So I would definitely take a slower approach. There's tons of experts that are on YouTube that walk you through how to transition into carnivore. I'm not 100% like an expert on it, but basically what I did, like I said, was I went cold turkey, cut out all the carbs. And like I said, because I did it before and I've dabbled around with low carb dieting before, so I knew what to expect. And I had things like I had a hydrate drink, just to make sure I was getting my electrolytes in, because I knew I was going to be expelling a ton, especially with my workouts, along with, urinating a lot of it out too. Because when you decrease your carbs, you're going to decrease your glycogen very fast, especially if you're weight training or doing any kind of high intensity cardio or anything like that. Your glycogen will get depleted pretty quick, especially on carnivore, because it's like basically zero carb. But yeah, it's, if I were to give you like a first step, I would just dabble into like reducing your carbohydrate intake. Maybe go like 50 grams a day. Not shoot down to 50 grams a day. Like if you're at 200 grams, maybe go down to 150 grams. And then the next week go down to 100 grams and see how your body responds to that, because you don't want to make any drastic changes or anything like that. And I would definitely talk to your doctor before doing any of that. Like I said, I talked to mine before I did this, and I've had enough of my gut issues, and honestly, this is the only thing that's helped me with my IBS and everything else. So that's why I went all in. Anybody that suffered with gut issues and experienced this carnivore diet, you know exactly what I'm talking about. How you just feel the reduced inflammation on your gut, and it's quite remarkable, to be honest. So many people see so much relief so quick by just cutting out the FODMAPs or the carbs or the grains, and because it gives your whole digestive tract a rest. It doesn't have to break down anything. Everything you're eating is so nutrient dense and it's all absorbed, and it doesn't have to go through your large intestine or your colon, and the bloating decreases, your energy goes through the roof. It's a very, very good feeling. And I'm not saying it's the healthiest diet, but I mean, if you can digest grains and digest vegetables, good for you. Then I would definitely eat them. I would definitely eat fruit. I would definitely eat vegetables if I had to. I'm not saying you have to, though. I mean, there's no essential carbohydrate, so you can live without carbs and fiber, and that you just could. But some people feel a lot better and a lot healthier with fiber in the diet and with grains, and so that's why it's it's all about what works for you. Compliance is the science, as Stan Efferding always says. So if grains work for you, great. If carnivore works for you, great. But you just got to find what works for you. And so far, this carnivore experience has been working great for me personally. If it's not working for somebody else, then try to find something else. But I think a lot of people are nervous to give this a try because of all the information that's being thrown at them about cholesterol, red meat, and things in general, how important fiber is. And I've been on a fibrous diet basically my whole life, and especially the past year, I've been experiencing with fiber and high carb diets, and I felt worse and worse every single time I was increasing my carbohydrate intake, and it didn't feel good. It didn't feel good at all. I have an overgrowth of yeast bacteria in my bowel from from probably all the carbohydrates I've ingested over the years. Like I said, I tried a carnivore experiment last year, and I felt fantastic. And my cholesterol went up like crazy. I got nervous, and I didn't know, I didn't really dive into a lot of studying about cholesterol until I started feeling worse again when I reintroduced the carbs, and I started doing more research. Dr. Canberra has great videos. Paul Saladino has great videos. Dr. Sean Baker has great videos. There's just so many videos about cholesterol on here, and just so much stuff getting debunked. And I really think it's true. For me, at least. I mean, I can't talk for everybody else, but I mean, some of these studies, people, they're combining sugars and red meat. People with the high cholesterol study, and they demonize saturated fats because if you eat saturated fat, you're gonna get an increased risk of cardiovascular disease, or you eat too many eggs, your cholesterol is gonna go up, and that's been debunked for years. But I mean, they're taking these people and they're not just putting them on like an all meat diet. They're eating probably processed sugars along with the red meat and saturated fat. I mean, that's what happens when you go on a energy toxicity diet. Your health markers are gonna be bad. Your LDL, all your cholesterol levels are gonna be high if that's the case, because you're throwing energy at energy. You're throwing fat with carbs, and what's gonna happen there? I'm not a doctor. This is beyond my scope, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just somebody that's experimenting on myself, and I know what makes me feel good. It makes me feel great. And if I can get any sort of message out to the people that are suffering like I am, waking up every morning bloated with IBS, and nothing's helped them, no medications. They spend thousands of dollars on medications, and one simple dietary hack makes a change, then I gotta get that message out there, especially, and even training wise. Training, I feel great, training, I feel great. Cardio, I feel great. Mood is fantastic. People are noticing a different mood than me. And it's easy too. It's not hard. This diet is not hard. It's an easy diet. You can go out to eat. You can get steak, get chicken wings. What the heck? Go crazy. And I love it. I've been loving it so far. Another question I got was meal prepping. How do I meal prep, and how do I get my calories, and what kind of meats do I buy, and how do I buy in bulk? And it's simple. I buy the meat. I'll buy the ground meat in the refrigerator section, and then I'll come home, I'll open the packs, I'll measure it on my food scale, and I will put it in aluminum foil. I will label a bag so I know what kind of meat it is, whether that's 85-15 ground beef, 80-20 ground beef, or if I'm trying to get leaner, 96-4 ground beef or 93-7 ground beef, chicken, thighs, wild-caught salmon, whatever it is. I'll cut it up, measure it up, and I got it in there, and I just know it's so easy. I'll come home, I'll throw it in either the air fryer, or I have a George Foreman, or just in a pan. It's simple. It's very easy. Very easy. And here and there I'll buy some eggs. And then as for an update, I feel fantastic. I mean, this is going on week 3 now in this carnivore, I'll call carnivore approach, and I feel great. I do. I feel great. Meal prepping is easy, as I stated before, but it's going good. I'm going to keep going for as long as I could. And like I said, I'm going to take you guys along the journey with me, and we'll see where this goes. I probably will reintroduce foods, and see how see how my body reacts to them. But that's not going to be until, for a little while here, because I feel great. So I hope you continue following this journey with me, and I'll keep giving you guys updates and just some tips that, have worked for me. So I hope you enjoy the video, and please like, subscribe, share, and I will see you back here for the next one. Take care.